And let's talk about some Go strategies. When we play the game of Go, sometimes we will meet up with such as interesting situation. You find your opponent's weakness, and or some of your opponent's stones are quite weak, but it is not actually weak. After you attacking the so-called weak stones, you find like that it is actually very strong, and you cannot gain benefit by attacking. But before you attacking, your opponent has some benefit outside of the fight. So let's talk about this strategy here. And black plays a low approach move. And here for the white, usually we need to strengthen the corner. For example, low enclosure here. But now we go somewhere else. We approach this corner and we play the 2-point jump, which means this this corner seems to be very weak. But actually, many people have known that even the start point has been double approached. It's not that weak. But actually, we are showing our opponent it is weak. So the opponent will just like to play this low approach here. And now we need to handle it. And then we play the joystick and connect. And here we leave another weakness. Before the AI come out, human players just do not want to connect here because here, if some the opponent can just cut the white into two groups, and it is a really obvious weakness. So human players do not like to connect here. But with the AI come out, such kind of weakness is really quite interesting. We can even turn our weakness into some resources. It is kind of like a little cheating, but it is the white stone are just seen to be very weak, not really weak, because it's showing opponent your weakness. And he cannot just now he cannot. If he just now to try to cut you, you can capture this black stone instead. And the opponent need to 1-point jump here to do some preparation, and you can also you still leave the weakness. Here we do not just connect. It is the shape is kind of like a little stupid, but we just leave the weakness. Your opponent can still cut, but here this is not actually weakness because the opponent has also some weakness, so he cannot punish the corner, and he also need to go somewhere else. Usually the joystick is to play here, but now we are talking about our topic and our strategy. We go outside. Yes, there is a weakness. The opponent will immediately cut. There is really a weakness, but we just leave the weakness because it is not a weakness. It seems to be weak. We play somewhere else, and after we find some value in this corner, your opponent really want to cut you. But here we have the diagonal move, and the corner has been alive. While meanwhile in the outside, these 4 white stones, however, is also very healthy. Even if we play some clumsy move, we do not cut. We just even we cannot play this dog's head. We can even just 1-point jump here and do. We can never see these whites can be attacked. So here the cut is not actually a weakness, and we can just leave it. But we are really elixir our opponents. If your opponent just play this, it's the cut is useless, but our diagonal move is quite valuable because we got some points, and we are also threatening the eye shape, the eye places for these 3 black stones. Some of the good players will find another way to handle this corner. They are really very smart. They play this diagonal move because we already know that there's a weakness. So for the black, we do not want to attack the white weakness immediately, and we just want to make the white strengthen himself, but spend a move to strengthen himself, and then we play this diagonal move to gain some points. But actually, if you are the white, we can see the strategy still work here. After we can make some exchange before, because if your opponent go with you, now we have prevent this cut by Senti. You can see this cut does not exist anymore. We have to prevent it Senti. So your opponent will play this, and now there is the weakness still exists, and we still do not want to strengthen it immediately because we are elixir our opponents. we gain some more benefit outside by this low enclosure. And we can remember how many moves have we played outside. 1 and 2 now. We can say like that. Okay. And still, your opponents need to really want to kill you now because this weakness is too obvious and the 3 white stone in the corner looks so damn dangerous. And that is our strategy. Actually, I can tell you, this 3 white stone in the corner is not weak at all, but we leave our weakness to elicit our opponent. Firstly, how to make them alive. And then that is really interesting life and death problem in the corner. And I guess it is the first time I introduce such a little complicated life or death problem in my video. Firstly, we need to hand here. And if your opponent just eats the 2, that's quite easy for you to make 2 eyes. I do not want to repeat that. It's too easy. We have too many, points in the corner. It's not so your opponent need to block, and we are parry. Remember, this parry is really interesting and important. And here we block. We block. The black cannot just parry this one stone. With 1 eye in the corner, we just parry and capture 1 black stone to have another eye. Here we can clearly see 2 eyes for the white. So the black need, but if the black just connect, we can make a tiger smile here. It's 2 eyes for the white, also very easily. If the white want to kill the stones need to peep. That is really very good move. For the white, we cannot just parry and take 1. It's not alive. We have 1 eye but not another. So we need to connect. We have no way but to connect, and the black also plays this. And here in this corner, it seems the white has been dead because it is quite common, and after the black has 1 stone here, it seems to be dead. But let's just never forget exchange. I use the triangle to make it. This exchange, a parry and connect exchange, change the corner, change all the variation in the corner. And now for the white, we can play this cramp. And many players have known that, oh, it's a core, and it's a life or death core. After a parry, I can make a core. Oh, really, it's a core. No, it's not that simple. The white has better things to do. Firstly, we can cramp. The cramp move is right. If your opponent do not want to have a call and want to kill it immediately, you can stand here. And if your opponent sacrifice, you can play this connect. And now you can find how interesting is our parry and connect exchange. Because the circle 2 black stones cannot connect it with the outside by our exchange here. So now your opponent can only just fear it, and then we can connect. And he cannot play this because 1 liberty. So he need to play outside, and we connect. It's both of them alive. It's very interesting. So after we stand, we are alive, and the opponent can just parry here. And we do not just make the call, we can parry here. And the opponent take, and we are parry. And then the opponent, he cannot connect, take, it's alive. So he can only play this, he can play this. And we parry, and he parry, we take. Have you ever find it is a double call? And it is infinite because after our opponent use a call threat, for example, a call threat, and take back, you can take another call, and another call threat, never mind, we can take back. It is infinite, and actually you are alive. And the best result for the black is not to play this now. We can block outside, and it is another kind of call, but the white has after another move, it is a life or death call, and the white can just still have other move outside, and then it is a call. And if the white just want to play the call, it's okay. So this call is really advantage for the white. You can see the black need 2 moves to eliminate the white corner, but the white, it is even after a move, it is a call. So the white has a move free in this corner. We can see that it is a call that is absolutely advantage for white. And after seeing like that, we can get the conclusion. when the white cramp, we can see the corner is just almost alive. And let's judge the game. In this corner, the white, from the start to the end, just seems to be very weak, are showing your opponents my weak. But after the black spent so many moves here, he cannot capture the white. We can see how many moves the black have spent here. Firstly, approach is just simple. Firstly, we able to approach in this corner and play another move. We already have one move here, right? And then your opponent choose to double approach, and then now we did not spend some other moves. And here there is a cut. We are showing our weakness. So this is the second move that we leave it, and we have some value because it's an opening, and we have the second move outside, and then your opponent play this diagonal move, and here we have the third move outside. Remember, we already have third move outside this corner, and we have got some value that is really awesome, and then your opponent still attacked, but he cannot eat us, and that is our strategy. Showing a weakness, but your opponent cannot attack it and gain some benefits. And that is today's video. Actually, I changed the topic. Usually, I have already uploaded 11 videos about some classic Go tricks. But after these 11 Go tricks, I temporarily did not come out some other ideas. And it is not mean like that our Go trick series is end. No, 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 it's not going to end. But I need to think more about that. And if you have some ideas about the Go tricks, or if you meet up with some Go tricks that you really want to know how to handle with it, please feel free to leave your comment in, and I will, if it is a good question, I will just answer it in some other videos. I really hope to have the Go trick 12, Go trick 13, and so on. And thank you for the watching, and I hope you will enjoy my first strategy videos.